They've got a huge concert venue in there, and it's home to the London Philharmonic Orchestra. Other buildings that were later added to the area include the Queen Elizabeth Hall, the Purcell Room, and the Avon Gallery. Lots of different art venues here, lots of interesting stuff going on the side. Also along the south bank we get lots of street performers, lots of street food venues too. Just on our right here we have the UK's very first skateboard park. It opened in around 1953 and it claims to be the home of British skateboarding. This bridge we're going under now is Waterloo Bridge. Waterloo Bridge gets the nickname of the Ladies' Bridge. It was built during World War II, and whilst all the men were fighting the war, the workforce building this bridge was almost entirely female. It's also actually the first and only bridge in London to be built on time. It's a great job on that bridge. Not too much right there. Inside it, however, you'll find three beautiful theatres, the main one being the Olivier Theatre, named after Sir Laurence Olivier, a famous British actor and the first artistic director there. You can see many great shows there before the was then transferred to much cheaper price too. Tickets often start around £15 and that would be for a front row seat too, so it really is a great bargain for theatre lovers. However, if theatre's not your thing, just on our right here behind the trees we have the former ITV studios. ITV is the second biggest broadcasting channel in breadth. In the 1930s, when this tower was built, skyline advertising was illegal. The Thames is classed as a royal highway, and royalty don't want to see advertising on their route, so Oxford were taken to court over this matter. Fortunately for them, their lawyer argued that they had ordered a random set of geometrically shaped windows. One circle, one cross, and one more circle, which just so happens some mysterious red columns. Why are they there, Jordan? What is their purpose? I shall let you ponder on that, and I will reveal all on our return journey as we are moving very quickly with the tide. Now looking back to St Paul's on our left, you'll notice there are no other taller buildings around it. Now this is because an old law states that St Paul's must be observable from 30 different key points across the city. Some of these key points are quite far away, so it explains some of our strangely shaped skyscrapers ahead of us. These were all built in a way that honoured the sightlines of St Paul's. In fact, the City of London School, here on our left, you'll notice has a large glass atrium in the middle of it. This is so that St Paul's is observable directly through the building from the river. Over on the right you'll see a round white building with a thatched roof. This is Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, or rather a reconstruction of Shakespeare's Globe. In 1970, the American director Sam Wanamaker came to England hoping to find a monument to Britain's greatest playwright, William Shakespeare, and he found nothing. So he took it upon himself to build this reconstruction. It was completed in 1997 and it used all the same construction methods as the original. So no electric tools were used to build the globe. It's made from green oak wood, carved and shaped by hand. It's held together by wooden pegs, and that is the only thatched roof you'll see in London. Thatched roofs were outlawed in London after the Great Fire, as they were seen as being a catalyst to the flames. Further ahead on the right you'll see a building with the letters FT on it. That's the former headquarters of the Financial Times, but more interestingly that's the site of the original Globe Theatre. It would have stood on that spot from 1599 until 1613. In 1613 they put on a production of Henry VIII, and they decided to use a live cannon to create the sound effect of thunder. The sparks from that cannon landed on the thatched roof, setting the theatre ablaze. You could say it was a performance that brought the house down. Next on our right you'll see a pub with red windows. This is the Anchor, one of the oldest pubs in London. Many famous patrons have drank inside. It's been very popular with writers over the centuries, so William Shakespeare drank in there, except of course he was the bard. Dr. Samuel Johnson, who wrote the dictionary, drank in there. The diarist Samuel Pepys, he witnessed the Great Fire of London from that very tavern. And Charles Dickens drank in there during the Victorian era too. The Anchor was also a popular meeting place for pirates. Speaking of which, on our right you will see a pirate ship. This is a reconstruction of Francis Drake's Golden Hind. In 1577, Francis Drake became the first Englishman to circumnavigate the globe. and he kind of did so by accident. His real objective on his travels was to steal the gold and treasure from the Spanish and Portuguese ships returning from the New World of America. After he stole all their stuff, he didn't fancy facing them again, so he just kept going in a straight line until he went around the entire world and returned to England. So pretty much when he returned to England, how did we punish Francis Drake for his piracy? We did not. Instead, he amassed so much gold that he was able to count England's debts to gold 3 times over. So instead, we gave them knighted. And now, the thing you've all come here to see today, the magnificent, world-famous London Bridge. The magnificent, world-famous London Bridge is directly behind us. We just went underneath it. Yeah, that rather dull-looking concrete bridge was London Bridge. The bridge ahead of us is Tower Bridge. But don't be worried if you get them mixed up. Even Google Images gets it wrong. If you Google London Bridge, it'll just show you pictures of Tower Bridge. Also, the singer Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas, she released a solo single a few years ago titled London Bridge, but in the music video, she's twerking away on Tower Bridge. Nice one, Fergie. Before we get to Tower Bridge though, you may have noticed to the right of us here a battle cruiser. It is a little hard to spot as it's in its Arctic camouflage right now, but this is HMS Belfast. It played a great part in World War II, assisted in sinking the German battleship the Scharnhorst, and was one of the first ships to fly with the D-Day landings. It weighs 11,500 tons, and the guns at the front of the ship here can fly at a distance of 12 miles, and are permanently stationed today to score a direct hit at the M1 gateway services of Stratford. Whether that's intentional, I'm not fully sure. Coming up on our right, we have a round glass building that sometimes gets the nickname of the Stack of Pancakes or the Beehive, but this is our City Hall. This is where our Mayor of Greater London, Sadiq Khan, meets with the Greater London Assembly to make lots of decisions to do with our city. Many important decisions are made inside that building, such as how much should bus prices be, what should we do about air pollution, and who should win this year's series of The Apprentice. So we are now approaching Tower Bridge. This is a bascular bridge designed by Horace Jones, built in 1894. Bascular means that these two centre parts can open and close to allow river traffic to pass through. In its opening year, these bascules opened around 6,000 times, although they open far less today as much less river traffic needs to come through now. However, any boat that is tall enough, so long as they give 24 hours notice, the bridge will open for them. Now, there is an old legend which states, if you wave to the people on this bridge and receive a wave back, you will earn 5 years good luck for the entire boat. So give a wave now, see if you can all earn us some luck. Hey, lovely stuff. That's Keith and Margaret. We paid them £5 an hour to stand there and wave back and forth. That is a real Victorian and Edwardian legend. As sailors were leaving the city, this is the last bridge they would come under, and hopefully they would have loved ones standing on the city to wave them farewell, and that would mean in 5 years' time they would still be here to welcome them back. So, our bridge, not London Bridge. Hashtag get it right, Fergie. This one will get you lots of likes. Hashtag Jordan is the best tour guide ever. One of my favourite stories to do with this bridge. In 1952, a double-decker bus was coming along this bridge on a very foggy and misty day, and the bus driver, a man named Albert Gunter, didn't see the traffic light telling him to stop, and as he approached the centre of the bridge, he noticed it was starting to rise underneath him, so he had to make a split-second decision.